Right, ladies and gents, we got another special guest on the channel today. When I say a day one friend, I mean a day one. I literally have no conscious memories as a child without this friend in my life. Well, we've had a mad journey from young till now. So first of all, let's introduce Vonne to the channel. How you doing, Vonne?
Yeah, very well, man. Very well. Busy morning. But always got time for you, man. So thanks for having me on the channel.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. I feel your journey and your story is very interesting and could be useful for others because I've had others on the channel. I had Ronnie on here speaking about investing into crypto. Me, myself, I'm big on stocks and shares. I've got another friend coming on who's going to speak about whether we should still be investing in gold. I had Taylor on who spoke about institutional investing and, the importance of investing in your mental health, when I believe you are a prime example of why you should invest in yourself. Because I get people asking me, like they see what I'm doing and they might say, oh, I've got 2 or 3 grand saved. What do you think I should invest in? I got a friend who said I should invest in Dogecoin, and I just think, bros, take time. But no one's really speaking about investing in yourself because, first of all, you want to secure your income. And then, do you know what I mean? Then you've got money to invest into markets or whatever you want to do. So, yeah, thanks again for joining us. And I'd like to start there, really. What got you interested into mortgage broking?
Well, yeah, it was trying to find myself back in, I would say 2006, at the back end of going to uni. I studied business management and urban development.
Okay.
So it was kind of like, a mixture of, handling business and also doing like planning, housing and stuff like that. So it was only when I bucked up on one of my friends called Elliot, a close friend of mine, similar to you, day one back in the days. And he was telling me that he was a mortgage broker and he was telling me how well he's doing. So that it was from then kind of sparked the interest in becoming a mortgage broker.
Okay. And first, did you I remember you said you tried going into to be an estate agent.
Yeah, I did. I did. I was just desperate at the time. I was just desperate to kind of, get my foot in the door. And I went. I didn't have the qualifications to be a mortgage broker, so I went to try and get a job as an estate agent. But I was told it wasn't for me, and also that in a polite way, my face didn't fit in the location.
Wow.
So it was at that point where I decided, let me invest in myself and pay for a CMAP, because really, I really wanted to be a broker, but I thought the way in would be to start as an estate agent.
Yeah, I would
selling
have
houses. But yeah, raised the money. I was working at Roma at the time, just raised money, did a bit of overtime, raised the finance to pay for my own CMAP. So I was ready to apply directly for a mortgage broker job.
Brilliant. And for someone's coming into the business, would you recommend them doing that rather than trying to get a job as a trainee mortgage broker?
It's a difficult one, really. I would say if you've got the money available, and then I would say get the CMAP out of the way first. It will probably open up more doors for you. An employer seeing someone that's done the CMAP already knows that that person is actually serious and has a slight kind of flavor to what the job entails. But at the same time, if you haven't got the finance, but you really want to do the job, then I would say go down the other route of being a trainee and getting that company to pay for your CMAP.
Yeah. And did you self-study, or did you do I see some courses online where you can do an intensive course in a classroom for the CMAP?
No, I self-studied. I actually used the facilities of Kingston University at the time. My cousin was still going there, but I used to just gate crash with him. sit in the library, sit in the computer rooms. And I taught myself the CMAP.
Yeah.
And there's a few exams that you've got to get through. And then once you get through that, you're, as they say, fully qualified to start giving mortgage advice.
Yeah. That's some discipline right there, bruv. I've tried self-study, and with no structure or no one telling you when to study exactly, it's easy to, you know, procrastinate and do other things. So the fact you've done it that way, I find that impressive.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely is difficult. You do have to have self-discipline, but then you also have to have like an end goal, the motivation. And like I mentioned, there was my friend Elliot that told me about mortgage, being a mortgage broker. But there was also another guy that I knew very well as well, called Yasin, who was, every time I used to see him, he was like a high roller. You know, he was always in nice clothes.
Yeah.
He's always going to nice places. So that was the motivation, really. I was seeing people that I knew doing well from it, and that kept me going.
Right, right. And the first company you started, when you set up on your own, Forward Solutions it was, wasn't it?
Yeah, Forward Solutions. So I'm not going to mention the company that I worked at before, but I was at that company for about 3 or 4 years. And on average, I was doing 150 mortgages per year, getting repeat clientele coming back to me saying that they're only coming back to that company because I'm there.
Right.
So it gave me confidence to think, do you know what, I could do this by myself. And I also had a conversation with my boss because he was getting on my nerves for some reason. I was like, one day I'm gonna go self-employed. I just said it, it came out, and he was like, you won't survive, you won't survive, you won't make it. And
do you think
do you
that
know
was
what?
in fear of losing you?
I think so, because he's a cool guy. I wouldn't say anything bad about him. He's a cool guy. I really did like his management, and there was people that was underneath him that also managed me, and they weren't as good as me, if I'm being totally frank. So I knew that I had the capability of you know, doing it on my own and making a good success of it. So yeah, that was the motivation. Really, was, you know, one of the things people saying, "Oh, you can't do it," and then, you know, your clientele was saying they're only using you because they're only using that company because of me. That gave me the confidence to go alone.
Right. And how easy was it going from being an employee when you know you're getting a guaranteed salary to then making that step of going out on your own and, you know, potentially not knowing when the next paycheck's coming from? How did you find that?
Yeah, I think that is the major challenge for an employed person. You know, I was making good money. I'm not going to disclose the figure; it's not necessary, but I was making really good money. So you go from making, you know, really good money, and then you're going down to making zero. And I think that is the main mental block for somebody. You know, even if you're not making good money, you're making enough money to cover your bills, you know, to go out with your friends or whatever it may be. So that was the biggest thing. So what I decided to do is have some savings behind me, some capital, to make sure that I was able to cover that period. I would say the period for a mortgage broker is usually between 3 and 6 months before the pipeline starts to churn over.
Right.
So I made sure I had 3 to 6 months worth of money to cover my bills. But that was the main scary part. It was just going from, you know, a high salary to now being paid zero. And I think that's the major challenge for anybody when you go from employed to self-employed, is that you go from no security initially until you build that security yourself. But once you build that security yourself, there's nothing stopping you.
And where was you at in life when you made that jump? Because what I mean is, some people are always waiting for a perfect time before they set up on their own. Was it a perfect time for you, or did you have other stuff going on?
No, do you know what? At the time, it felt like it was a perfect time, but, you know, in hindsight, it was a difficult time because I just got married so basically in July 2015, I just got married. And then I would say in August, I'm quitting my job to become self-employed. And then in September, my wife's telling me that she's pregnant. So there was a lot of things going on. It was, wedding that we've just paid for, so a lot of money was spent on that.
Yeah.
Then going self-employed, no money coming in. Then the wife was telling me she was pregnant. So at the time, it wasn't the perfect time, but it was just, it was a feeling that I had inside that I had to do it at that particular moment in time.
Yeah, because based off what you just said there, I could imagine a lot of people saying, do you know what? I wouldn't be doing it right now. People are always waiting for that perfect time, but I don't really ever think there is a perfect time. If you've got that belief in yourself, you should just go ahead and do it.
There isn't. I think in life, with anything, excuses are always made why you don't do something.
Exactly.
And I feel like if you've got a burning desire to do something, just do it, regardless of your circumstances. Just do it. As long as you've got a plan behind you and the capital behind you, just do it.
Yeah.
The worst thing is I could have just went back to the employed job.
Yeah.
If you don't succeed as being a self-employed business person or businessman, then you can always go back. But ultimately, the plan is to go forward. And thankfully for me, it worked out.
Yeah. I'm glad it did, bruv. And now you're doing very, very big things. So from Forward Solutions now we're here at Mortigo. So would you like to explain that?
Yeah. So FWD basically was, like a one-man band, as a lot of people will call it. It was just me. There was no other employees. There was no other directors. And that brings its limitations in terms of ideas, in terms of financial capital to grow. So it was in 2020 that actually, linked up with an estate agent, two good friends of mine that I've known for years in the industry. And I started writing business on their behalf.
Right.
But that was through FWD. So it was my company, and it was their company per se. And then we had a great idea to just partner up and create a fresh new mortgage company where we get exclusive deals, exclusive leads directly from their company. So it was just a no-brainer to kind of partner up, start again, and that's how Mortigo was born.
Right. And I see you're doing good things. I see you're sponsoring a Crystal Palace forward at the moment.
Yeah, Edward. We've sponsored quite a few football teams, Colchester, Tooting and Mitcham, even an athletic team, Croydon Harriers as well. And it's mainly to get the brand out there, and also it helps with the optimization of our website. When people are searching for mortgages in the local area, we're more likely to pop up. So it's brand awareness, and also helping our own website as well.
Yeah. Okay. And where do you see Mortigo in 5 or so years?
It's going to be huge. It's going to be huge. It's going to be a national company. It's going to be competing with all of the mortgage companies out there. We've currently got 3 mortgage brokers, and we only started back in 2021, or the beginning of 2021. So we're looking at a company that's churning over well over £1 million of income per year. So that's where I see us in 5 years' time. It's a big national company with at least, I would say, 20 mortgage brokers.
Wicked. And you can get mortgages arranged anywhere in the UK. Is that right?
Yeah, that's correct. We're not limited to like London or Croydon. We could do mortgages throughout the country. A lot of my buy-to-let investors, they purchase properties in Liverpool, Manchester. So yeah, we're everywhere. We can do mortgages for anyone.
Yeah. And would you recommend people getting into this business?
No,
because well, obviously you don't want the competition.
We don't need any more competition. No, in all seriousness, it's a tough business. It's a tough business, But I'd welcome people to come and join us. So
Yeah.
if there's any brokers out there, they're more than welcome to come and help us build the brand.
Yeah. Wicked. Right. From young, bruv, me and you have both had this entrepreneurial, don't know if that's the right word, spirit. Like I
Yeah.
remember from young, me and you love going to the deep pan pizza buffet. I don't even think that company exists no more. And we had to hustle that money between us. And I remember we'd go out, bucket and sponge, and knock on randoms' doors and ask if we could wash their cars just to raise that money to go to the buffet, bro. And we managed it more times than we didn't, bro. Do you know what I mean? And that was from a young age. So it's no surprise for me anyway, just to see where you are now, bro. And now in a position where you're hiring others and training them up. And do you know what I mean? Really proud of you for that, bro. Like, you're doing big things over there.
Yeah, thanks, man. It's all trial and error, we're all learning on the job. And it's the transition from just being a one-man band to now being, with two other directors. At Mortigo, there's two other directors, and now there's 3 mortgage brokers. There's a lot of responsibility.
Yeah.
And most of the people that I know, they're like, yeah, Vonne, you've made it. And I'm like, no, it's early doors. We've got a lot of work to do. So I'm grateful for the position that I'm in, but I'm under no illusions that there's a lot of work ahead. But I'm just grateful that all the investment that I've put in myself is now paying off.
Yeah. And that's what I'm hoping others take from this, because when it comes to investing, most people just want to see a quick flip and not prepared to do the hard work. But you're a prime example. You invested in yourself.
Yeah. One thing I would add, Jay, is that, me as a mortgage broker, I learned that I could do it myself. There's other occupations that you could do, and you can actually learn that business and then start something of your own. And you could probably add a twist to it and do it better. You could do it the same, just with your style.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of things that people are actually doing at the moment that they can actually go on to do themselves.
Yeah.
And a lot of the times people don't want to invest in themselves. And what I would say is just invest in yourself and take that leap of faith.
Yeah, no, I agree with you, bruv. I feel that when a lot of people try to start a business, they're always trying to reinvent the wheel. They're going too deep on something. Sometimes you just need to be able to provide a service better than the next person, whether it's better or more affordable.
Better, more affordable, more attention to detail.
Exactly.
There's a number of things. I remember one of my uncles saying to me, how do you guys make any money? There's so many estate agents everywhere. Aren't you all the same? And I was like, yeah, to a certain degree, but I think it's the journey that person gets coming to you. Is slightly different to the journey they might get down the road.
Yeah.
So although they've gone in for the same service, they get a different experience, and that's all you can do really, is give them a smooth and transparent experience. And as long as you do that, you'll do well.
Brilliant. All right, bruv. I think we'll leave it there. But you know what? I need to get you back on the channel again at some point,
Yeah, definitely. We're doing big things at the moment, but I like to pick your brain on a few things as well.
Anytime.
I see you're doing your thing as well.
Anytime, bruv. Yeah, anytime, I don't know, you launch a new product or you've got something you want to speak about, my platform's your platform, bruv. Anytime.
Thanks. When am I going to get one of them hoodies as well?
Bruv, when am I going to get one of them water go tops, bruv? Let's give it a hat.
Do you know what is crazy? It's like all the merchandise. I didn't think like we'd create a mortgage company and be creating merchandise, but again, it's brand awareness. So I think we paid for 50 hats the other day to go out to customers, just to say thank you back to them. Even like yourself, I've got to say thank you for promoting us and talking about us on your channel.
No problem,
much
brother.
appreciated, bro.
No problem. Like I said to people on this channel, bruv, that if it wasn't a good service you was providing, I would not be, promoting it on this channel, because it's me they're gonna come back to. Do you know what I
For
mean?
sure, for sure.
I firmly believe in your product. You got my girlfriend a real good deal and got her place. What was it reevaluated?
It needed to be valued higher than what they was claiming to be.
Yeah.
So we got them to double check with a different surveyor, and the value was higher based on the second surveyor's opinion.
Yeah.
And that in turn got her a better deal. So yeah, I was delighted that we could help out.
Yeah, bro. She was over the moon because, for ages she thought a house was worth a certain price. And then after you did what you did, a good few more grand went on there. Not just a few, it was quite a lot, bro. So, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
She's
The
very
banks, man,
appreciative.
the banks, you can't always believe what you're seeing from banks. You need to get a good broker, a good financial advisor to really push the boundaries.
Exactly.
And that's what we try and do for our clients.
Yeah.
Try and get them the right deal.
Definitely. Definitely, bro. I second that. But yeah, bro, thank you again for your time. Much appreciated. And again, anytime you want to come on here, you're more than welcome, bro.
Next time I come in here, I want one of them hoodies sent in the post first, though.
I'm going to get you one still.
you know me, I love purple. We got purple in our logo as well.
Oh, yeah. Oh, enough said, bro. I'm going to get you one still.
Yeah, that hat, ironically, that hat, the gold logo on that hat is for lifetime customers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm in the top tier then, yeah?
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
All right then, bruv. Well, yeah, you have a good day. And yeah, man, wish you nothing but success, bruv.
Thanks, man. Nice one, man.
Take it easy, bruv.
Cheers, man. Cool.